Well, good day and welcome to Model Kit Beginner, where today we're going to have a look at the Fairlady 280Z special from Fujimi. Here you see the box art, very, very fancy, very striking. Right over here you can see some iterations of the model itself. Here you go. A bit of explanation. Here on this side you have the color call out, which is not much, so that's it. That's all you need. And then the normal warnings. There is nothing at the bottom. Ugh. Bumping my camera here, I apologize. Right, so let's have a look at the instruction sheet, and it will become very clear that this is not a complicated build. Page 1 is basically here. This is basically the end page, which shows you how the decals get applied. And you have the wheels right over here. Gives you an idea of the wheels and how to attach them. It has pins and a metal axle. Front suspension right over here. How to attach the front suspension. Rear is a metal axle, so there's not much detail. It is also a curbside, so there's no engine. And here we have the dashboard right over here. Here's how to attach the glass, steering wheel and dashboard. And then the final assembly with the covered headlights, bumpers and the rear panel right over here. Here also a good idea what to do with the seats. A little bit of a roll cage over here, console over there. We're obviously gonna take the racing seats for this particular one, and then put them all together. First fit the rear of the chassis to the body, then fit the front. You know that these Fujimi kits sometimes are very difficult to get married, the top and the bottom together. And here you have, and you can see I marked them off and checked them. You have everything which is in the box, which isn't that much. And let me show you what I'm on about. Here we go, let's start with, first of all, I got a sheet of shiny right over here. Here you go, now you can see my cell phone. What I'm supposed to do with this, I couldn't see in the instruction sheet, if it is backing for the light or whatever. I'll figure it out. And then obviously we have the decals right over here. You have them, that's the Nissan decals, number 77, couple of sponsors, even tire marks right over here. What we do not have is decals for the dashboard. Why is it? Is this a particularly old kit? Didn't they do it? It's not, apparently. It's a 2010 kit from Fujimi, which got then repopped first time by Fujimi in 2013. This kind of is a 2020 repop, and there's a 2021, which is basically the same car without the decals. And yeah, I have no idea. There's just, we have to do the dashboard on our own. Right, and let's have a quick look at the glass. We have the normal glass right over here. That looks fair enough. I'm not going to take it out of the package. Here's the rear glass. There are the the light covers for the front. So that's right over here. And then we have an extra glass sheet right over here. That's for the rear lights. That's for the front lights. And there's some position lighting, I would assume, right over here, or even indicators for the front. Right. Then the tire assembly, we have seen lots with, there's a steel axle, and there are pins right over here. You can see them right there at the bottom. There they are. Looking at the tires, they do appear to be not branded. Oh no, I'm lying. Here they are. They're branded on one side. There you can see it. It's Dunlop. And the engraving is yeah. It certainly is out of scale. It's a bit rough. It's a bit too rough. So you can probably sand it down a little bit to make it a bit more subtle. But obviously, yeah, it also comes with the decals, as we have seen. So you can just sand it down all together and just put the decals on, or put it this way around. Then they can put the decals on there, because on this side it is not branded. They're nice and soft, so that shouldn't be a problem. Branded, Dunlop branded tires. And front and rear seem to be the same width. Not quite sure if that is according to the original. Then here we have the bottom part, and this is a curbside, as I have said already. So in other words, you have no engine. All engine detail you get is this, which, to be quite honest, but you get an off, reverse and forward. So I would say this was a former car with an electric motor in it. That's obviously where the battery went, right over there. There's the battery tray. So that obviously explains why it is such a simple kit. Here you are. Have a quick look at the interior. We have the seats and the dashboard, which is actually not too bad. Here we go. Let's have a look at the dashboard. You can see there's some detail over there. There certainly is some detail over there. As we have also seen, there is no decals over there. We have the steering wheel right over here. Here you go. And just have a closer look at the seats. You'll have them over here. Not too bad at all. Then we have a white sprue, which has the wing at the back, and a couple of exhaust and suspension pieces, the wipers over here, and I would assume this is an interior piece of sorts, or possibly part of the front suspension. Then we have wheels. These are wheels on a different sprue. You will see there are also wheels on another sprue. So I take it these are the wheels which have been thrown in with this touring car version, and I'll show you the other ones in a minute. Then we have these, you need this for the wheel assembly right over here. And then last but not least, we have proper racing seats. You'll find them right over here. Here you are. We have a cover here for the back side. Here we have wheels as well. Here you go. Not quite sure which ones are the ones. This might be actually the racing wheels. This we seem to have twice. Here we have a different dashboard, which appears to be the racing dashboard, I would assume. Also a bit of a raise in here, so you can detail it if you want to. And here we have what appears to be a racing steering wheel right over here. And then last but not least, and that obviously is the reason why I actually bought it, the beautiful body of the 280Z, also known as the Fairlady in the land of the rising sun. And the body has seam lines which need to be attended to. It also has them here on the seam lines over here, right up to the roof, and then certainly seam lines over here. So it needs a bit of attention, tender loving care. So all in all, not the best of kits, but it is. It doesn't have flash or any of that. Just needs some love. There isn't a lot of assembly going on. The secret, and as you can see, these swollen wheel arches are included in the body. So that will means if you do it according to the box art, you will have some nice. Here you go. You have some nice finagling to do to make sure you have this all covered and put your taped up nicely, so you can have these colored in perfectly right over here. See, they don't use the ridges here, they just use the decal. I think that makes a lot of sense. See, the windows have been slightly darkened, so I might want to go for that as well. And then this should come out as a very nice model. As I said, curbside, not a lot of parts. The challenge is in the painting and the finishing. And that was the Fairlady 280Z from Oshima. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you guys have a great week, and greetings from Cape Town. Cheers.